This story comes to us from 9news.com. Going back to Denver. We're going back to Denver, Colorado. I can't stay out of Colorado. Denver, Aurora, Colorado Springs. I don't know. Have I ever done a story about Boulder? Probably not. But in Denver, a lawsuit filed Thursday in U.S. District Court accuses Denver police of using force while unlawfully arresting a man and detaining him in retaliation for exercising his First Amendment rights. The lawsuit, filed on behalf of Keelan Hill, names Denver Police Department Corporal Bart Stark, and officers Thomas Ludwig and Gary Yampolsky, as well as the city and county of Denver, Colorado. All three officers' body cameras recorded portions of this encounter.
Good morning. A lot of details to break down here. Now, according to this lawsuit, this all happened after Hill himself called 911 about a minor crash along I-25 back in 2020. Well, the lawsuit claims that while paramedics who were on scene were helping out Hill, Officer Thomas Ludwig showed up and first interviewed the driver and the passenger of the other vehicle.
Now, according to the lawsuit, the facts in this case present a veritable cornucopia of constitutional torts, as though the Denver Police Department were attempting to violate as many of the plaintiff Keelan Hill's constitutional rights as possible in one single encounter. They were just like, did we get all the Bill of Rights? No, we missed the Third Amendment. Aha! Let's go to his house. According to the lawsuit, the arrest happened after Hill, then 25, was involved in a minor traffic crash in Interstate 25 on April 27, 2020. So he's 25 on Interstate 25. Hill called 911 to report the crash, and when Ludwig arrived, he interviewed the driver and passenger of the other car first, according to the lawsuit. The driver and passenger, who were both white, said that Hill, who's black, had caused the accident and described him as hostile and aggressive, according to the lawsuit.
Now, because of the nature of this lawsuit, it is important to point out that the driver and the passenger of that other vehicle are white. They told Officer Ludwig that Hill actually caused this crash and that he was acting aggressively toward them. Then the lawsuit says Officer Ludwig started looking through Hill's car, which the suit argues he had no grounds to do so. Hill says he asked Ludwig why he was searching his car. Body cam footage shows Ludwig saying he smelled marijuana and Hill saying it was not okay for the officers to search through his car. Then it shows Ludwig telling Hill to put his hands behind his back. Then Ludwig and another officer, Gary Yampolsky, handcuff Hill and hold him on the hood of his car. Hill's lawsuit claims officers held him in a painful wrist lock.
Now, the lawsuit says Ludwig described the crash and Hill's demeanor to Yampolsky without speaking to Hill first. Based only on his initial glance at Hill, Ludwig told Yampolsky that Hill looks like a turd, according to the lawsuit.
I didn't get his ID, dude. So he tries to thread the fucking needle between two lanes, dude, and he fucking sideswipes, and he's being a dick.
Is he?
He said they jumped out on him like he was gonna fight him or something. I haven't talked to him yet because fucking fire was all around him, but I haven't got his ID yet. He looks like a turd.
Okay.
The officer's interaction was captured on body camera footage. Now, while Hill's being checked for injuries in an ambulance, Ludwig opened Hill's car door and began searching the car. That's a Fourth Amendment rights violation. According to the lawsuit, which said there was nothing in plain view that would suggest criminal activity, and Ludwig had no reason to suspect Hill of any crime. Now, when Hill got out of the ambulance and saw Ludwig rummaging through his car while holding a pad of paper, Hill walked toward him and said, "Hey, why are you in my car? That's not a warrant to search my car." Ludwig said, "I smelled marijuana." That's their go-to. That's their little ace up their sleeve. "I smelled marijuana. Red card." "That's why I'm in your car," according to the lawsuit. Ludwig later justified the search by saying he wanted to see if Mr. Hill was intoxicated. Well, a minute ago he said he smelled marijuana. So maybe intoxicated by marijuana? I don't know.
Corporal Bart Stark arrived sometime later. He repeatedly asked Hill whether the officers hurt him. Hill gave the same answer over and over.
It is hard for me to determine if I am injured at the moment, sir.
So here's the thing. If you say that you have injuries, I'm going to do something different, okay? If you say that you don't have any injuries, then that means that nothing has happened and I can let you drive away.
This lawsuit says that Hill spent the next 24 hours in jail before being released on bond. He says no one checked on his injuries. But then 2 days later, his lawyers say that he was diagnosed with a head injury, a shoulder injury, and a strained neck and back. By the way, Hill was charged with interfering with a police officer, but this lawsuit shows that the city attorney for Denver later dismissed that charge.